Recently, I was goofing around in Sulfur, trying to make some builds that would be considered broken, busted, OP, that kind of stuff, when I had a revelation. Energy weapons in Sulfur are completely broken, in their own unique, fun little ways. Let me explain. You may or may not be aware that there is an infinite durability glitch in this game that is exclusive to charge weapons, but I'm not here to talk about the Breacher 8, which is the only other charge weapon that's not a Wyatt PULSAR or a dart, and those two, yeah, you guessed it, they're energy weapons. The Breacher's on a whole other level when it comes to being broken in more ways than one. If you want to break it, you just have to break it, and then it just becomes infinitely durable. It's really that simple. As far as the Wyatt PULSAR and the dart go, you'll have to make them infinite ammo using a mosquito oil and a Tetris or savior oil. That's all you gotta do, and any gun becomes infinite ammo, but it's not the same as every other gun because it's an energy type. The Wyatt PULSAR is not as good as the dart for one weird little reason. That's if you do the charge up, it still consumes the ammo even though it's infinite ammo. It's really strange that it works like that, but you can click your way through the game instead of holding into a click, you know, not charging up, and you'll still get infinite durability and infinite ammo. It's not as cool as the dart, which just straight up becomes infinitely durable. Don't think there's not a twist to this though, because if we have infinite durability, what should we do, folks? I'm not going to wait any longer for you to answer. I don't know what I was expecting. We're going to take one of the scrolls that massively increase the durability loss when you're using it. So something like Toxic Lobotomy or Least Resistance. I'm going to go with Toxic Lobotomy because Least Resistance is good on most guns and Toxic Lobotomy is niche at best. And then if you slap on a couple of RPM oils, you can really get this dart flying. Because we're here for exploits and broken features, alright? We're not here to take our time waiting on a freaking shot when there's 8 goblins running at us, and we need their brains and flesh and eyes and bones, skin, maybe a bladder in there, kidney stone, if they got one. Plenty of organs for us to harvest with this Dr. Dart. Call it the Dr. Dart. There you go. Your morality is the only thing in question when using the Dr. Dart, because you could choose to sell all those fleshy items and make a bunch of money when you're out on your runs or whatever you want to do. Just exploit the crazy headshot damage you're getting from it. It's just an awesome little gun. Maybe you were already aware that charge weapons were completely broken in this game and you didn't really need that information. Luckily, I've got more information, hence why the video is not 2 minutes long. Negative values in Sulfur can be a little strange, especially when it comes to RPM. That's rounds per minute, sweetheart. I don't blame Sulfur or Perfect Random for this. It's an early access title, and if something did go under 0 RPM, it shouldn't be moving at all. But that's not the case here. For instance, if we take a Ploika and decrease it to negative 599 RPM by using oils like Ready, Sherlock, Delayed Hypertube, Mosquito, and Tetris, the bottom ones also being infinite ammo, remember that. It's just so good. We can send out bullets at a lightning speed. But the problem is our gun goes straight towards the sky. You might be wondering why this gun is infinite ammo, and maybe I should mention why. Once again, RPM is very strange and doesn't work correctly when you go under 0. Because if you do make it under 0 and you have to reload, for some reason, your reload speed will be affected by your RPM. It's goofy, but also unavoidable, so don't do that. In fact, don't even make it a Ploika, because of the energy gun cheat code. There's no such thing as bad recoil on an energy weapon. In fact, there is no recoil on any energy weapons. That's not even a bug, that's just a built-in feature. That's how they're supposed to work. That's my theory on why we can't chisel other guns into energy weapons, because probably everyone would do that with a lot of different builds. So essentially you can throw on all the recoil enchantments that you could think of and not have to bear with any of the effects that you would normally get with any other ammo type. Blah, 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 blah. So when we take this Catacoil out on a stroll with things like Ready Oil, Sherlock, Delayed Hypertube, Mosquito Oil, and Tetris Oil, there's that infinite ammo again. Keeps cropping up. It's a loud pop. We can just send it flying, as it is a deadly little machine gun with an incredible fire rate and no recoil. Works even better if you got them assault dog tags on you, my friend. Don't get mad at me if these are kind of complicated and require a lot of steps and resources to get there. The next one will be very easy. But first, the real next one, because I'm not going to do that one till last, because you're probably wondering, what is so wrong with the unknown? And that, my friends, is unknown. I'm sure there's something broken with the unknown that I wasn't able to find, but you can look into it yourself and maybe let us know in the comments, or we can wait a couple years when I do a sequel video to this because we finally got another energy weapon. I don't think we're gonna, maybe we'll get energy weapons before that, I don't know. But I wasn't expecting the unknown in Nuraxis, and I feel like we're a little spoiled in Energy Zone right now. Wait, are we talking Nuraxis right now? We talking the Neuraxis F22? It's really hard to remember the last couple letters and numbers they throw in there, but yeah, the Nuraxis F22, that thing's broken all on its own, and it's incredibly easy to glitch. All you've got to do when you load into an area is hold down left click and then hold down shift so you can sprint around holding left click, make sure you're moving at all times, and then once you let go of sprint, it will retain all of the buildup it would get, and you no longer have to wait for it to start charging and getting more accurate and faster. It'll just stay like that. I'll give you an example because it's a little hard to explain. The Nuraxis F22 build that I was just using starts with mosquito oil and Tetris oil. By the way, the oil is called satiety oil when it's not on your gun, but once it goes on the gun, it becomes Tetris oil. That is not an energy gun exclusive. That's just a weird bug that's been there forever. But the other three oils I'm using on this Nuraxis F22 is Parallel Mag, Inherited, and Late Boom. So yeah, when I was trying to make a bunch of busted ass guns, this is what happened. I just came across a bunch of energy bugs and I knew I had to share. I still get comments sometimes of people asking, why isn't your dart breaking? Why does it say it's broken? I did make a video on that a while ago, so, you know, we gotta keep up. We gotta keep reminding folks of the bugs that are still in the game. That's on me. Maybe we gotta bring the Sulfur summary back. I don't know. I was thinking about doing a podcast style Sulfur sit down where I would play through, but it would be like members only because it'd be kind of weird. Right? That'd be kind of a weird video to really be able to title and everything. I would just yap, inspired by the Aftershock pistol. So if my members out there are interested in the Sulfur sit down, it would be incredibly easy for me to have a long-winded talk about one or a few subjects while I sit down and play a run of Sulfur with you. It's almost like I was born for podcasting. But don't you dare say something about my face, homie. Come on. Let's keep it civil. As always, I want to give a thanks to the members of this channel who choose to send a little extra support to me and my family. They don't have to do that, but they do it anyways, and they're amazing, beautiful people for it. Thank you, guys. And to the rest of you, if you know any other busted bugs or exploits, please let me know in the comments or the Discord server, the TMU. I'd love to hear from you about them because I love breaking the crap out of this game. It couldn't be more fun for me, destroying the things that I love. In game, everything else outside of game is safe, including you. Get out of here, though. You should leave. So, but I'll leave first. You can't leave unless I leave, so I'm going to do that.